Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you 4 breakfasts for a big family. These are all meals that we eat on a regular basis in my family of 10, and I thought I would show you some of our favorites and what we enjoy having first thing in the morning. So the first thing I'm making is just a basic egg and cheese breakfast sandwich. I fry up a couple eggs and then butter 2 pieces of toast. In this video here I'm actually making 2 different sandwiches, and I just put the toast butter side down on the hot skillet while I'm cooking the eggs so it can brown up really nicely. I lay a slice of cheese on the bread, and then after the eggs are just about done cooking I put another half slice of cheese on them. And then I will move the egg up onto the toast and put another piece of bread on top and flip the sandwich, kind of like if you're making a grilled cheese. You're just putting an egg in there with it for breakfast. So this is something the kids enjoy and they can make on their own most of the time, and fairly cheap and inexpensive, but a good hearty breakfast. This next recipe is sourdough crepes, and these are one of our absolute favorites. Everyone really enjoys them. They are from the blog Farmhouse on Boone, so make sure you check out the description. I will leave a link for this recipe down there. But I enjoy sourdough everything, and this is an easy way to use up a lot of my discard whenever I have too much, because that is what it takes, is eggs, discard, milk, and just a couple other small ingredients. So it's a really good way to use up my discard and to use up all the eggs that our chickens have been giving us now that the weather is warming up. So I mix all the ingredients together and then fry these on a pan. We enjoy them with some of us do enjoy them with the filling that Lisa has along with the recipe for the crepes. And then the kids who don't like the filling, they will just put some butter and powdered sugar on theirs and roll them up. And they are so delicious and really filling and good for you with all of that fermented sourdough and the good bacteria in there. The next recipe I'm making is baked oatmeal, and this one actually comes from the blog Humorous Homemaking. I will leave a link for it down in the description box, so make sure you check that out. This oatmeal is really easy to make, and once you get everything mixed together in the bowl, you just stick it in the oven, so there's not a lot of cook time spent from you. It's something that you can throw together and stick in the oven and let it cook while you're getting ready for the day. These oatmeals also make a really good freezer meal. You could make several ahead of time and have them in your freezer, and then just pull them out the night before you want to bake them and let them thaw on the counter all night, and then bake them in the morning for a really fast breakfast that doesn't require any prep time at all. And they turn out really well when you do that with them they taste just like you made them fresh that morning. So that's another option. If you have busy mornings, just make these as a freezer meal and then pull them out the night before you're going to cook them, and you will have a really delicious oatmeal, baked oatmeal in the morning for breakfast. Alright, the last breakfast I have to share with you today is actually cinnamon rolls. These are large family quick rise cinnamon rolls from the blog Raising Arrows. So I will leave a link in the description box for this recipe also. What I really like about this recipe is that I can make the dough the morning of making cinnamon rolls, and there is no rise time required. I can mix up the dough, roll out the cinnamon rolls, put them on the pan, and stick them in the oven without letting them rise at all, and they puff up really nice and yummy and turn into these amazing cinnamon rolls. So I do make these often because they're pretty quick for a cinnamon roll recipe, and they're just delicious. The kids all enjoy them, and if I can make the dough with some fresh ground whole wheat, it has all of the nutrients of that in them, and just makes a really yummy breakfast. One thing I have discovered with making these cinnamon rolls is that it's best to roll the dough out in a long rectangle, a long skinny rectangle, and that way when you roll up the cinnamon rolls, you don't have this gigantic cinnamon roll with tons of layers in it. You just have a few layers, and then it can puff up really nice into a perfect size cinnamon roll, instead of this humongous thing with tons and tons of layers in it. I also want to encourage you that cinnamon rolls don't have to be hard. You don't have to make your own dough to make cinnamon rolls. You could buy a loaf of frozen bread dough at the grocery store, let it thaw, and roll it out into the shape of a skinny triangle, long skinny triangle, and then put the butter and cinnamon sugar mixture on top, roll it up and cut it into slices and bake it that way, and that would be delicious. But if you want to make your own dough, this recipe is a great recipe to do that with. Some of these cinnamon rolls I sliced really thick, like 2 inches thick, and then some of them I did only about 1 inch. I was experimenting because I wanted to see how big the thick ones would get, and they did get pretty huge. But the kids were excited about that, and they looked so good. I like to serve these with just some cream cheese frosting, but you could make a glaze of milk and powdered sugar and vanilla, and that would be really good too. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching today, friends. See you next time. Bye.